guys, it's Gigi, and today I wanted to update you guys on my situation with cheer. Basically, I decided not to go forward with this season for multiple reasons, which I wanted to explain because I feel like if I just quit and never told you guys, it'd be very weird because I post so many vlogs, so many cheer videos. I talked about cheer in my last video, and I even posted my team placement video for this season, so I needed to update you guys. So cheer has been my entire life. It has literally consumed me for about half a decade now, and this was the hardest decision for me to make because my life has revolved around cheer, and then having to take it out of my life is very, very difficult. I feel like with all the reasons why I shouldn't go forward with this season, I kind of had to quit rather than I wanted to quit. So one of the reasons why I felt that I should quit would be because my mental health was suffering, and I hate saying that. It sounds like a cliche for sure, but it really is a big deal, and it affects everything. It affects the way you view life, and I was definitely going through it, especially last season. I was very anxious and uptight. I felt like I had to go to practice rather than I wanted to. I felt like it was almost like an obligation rather than a desire, which should never be the case. And it was very, very hard for me to have fun at practice for a bit, and I think that showed. There were some practices where I was so off. I would get very, very anxious going to practices and especially competitions. In the beginning of the season, people would literally knew not to talk to me because I was so nervous, and the nerves would overtake my entire body and it wouldn't be fun. It would all just be on if I hit or not. And then it ended up getting in my head, and then if I didn't do well, it was a very bad weekend. So not only was my mental health strained, but my body was also started to get affected as well. I got a lot of knee problems and shin splints. I got shin splints for the first time last season, which was very weird because I was on a non-tumbling team for the most part, and I didn't want to hurt myself repetitively to the point where when I'm older, it would catch up to me. Also, I get migraines, and sometimes I would get migraines during practice, which were terrible, let me say. But I went to the first summer practice for this season, and I got a migraine, and it was very, very, very hard to go through because we were tumbling a lot, and it was not fun at all. And my shin splints and knee problems came back that same practice, and I thought after taking the break because of quarantine, my body would rejuvenate, but I think I overworked at that practice. So basically, my mental health and then my overall physical health were not doing very well, but with those two in mind, I still would have kept on going. I still would have cheered for sure. Yeah, I feel like every athlete faces mental blocks like that and injuries and stuff like that, and I definitely would have pushed through it. Also, I wanted to focus on my school because last year, I had my first year of high school, and I felt like I didn't have enough time in the day. It was very, very hard for me to manage my time, and I was only taking one AP. I was taking AP Gov. That was really hard, and my grades, they started to struggle, which some people wouldn't see it as struggling. I got 2 Bs out of all 4 quarters, which, me being a perfectionist, I want a perfect GPA, and that's what I'm always going to strive for. I'm hoping for this school year I will do better. Even though the first semester of school is going to be online because of Corona, they said it's going to be harder than our last quarter, but also I am taking 3 APs and the rest all honors classes. I definitely have the work cut out for me, and I definitely I'm gonna oversign myself for a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to maximize the time I could have directed towards school. The final reason, which is basically the deal breaker, was because of COVID. And I hate to say that, and I hate how much it has interfered with my life, but I'm very anxious about it. It scares the crap out of me, and I don't want to risk bringing it into my family, especially with a family member being more prone to contract it. It's very scary to me, and cheer is a very, very, very contact sport. That doesn't make sense, but you're very touchy in cheer, and I wouldn't want to be the reason why we would end up getting COVID. Not only that, but with competitions, just the thought of traveling to multiple different states and going on an airplane also freaks me out. That's a lot of risk, and even though it's going to be next year towards the springtime, I'm still uptight about it with the flu season coming up and the second wave possibly hitting. And the main two competitions that we're focusing on, the biggest two competitions, are NCAA and Worlds, which are in Texas and Florida, which are the most contaminated right now. Just the idea of going to those competitions freaks me out. But then if they did end up getting canceled because of COVID, I would have felt like it was almost a waste of time and money for this season, because I could have directed it towards school and other things that I want to try. So basically, those were the 4 major reasons why I decided to quit for this season. I wanted to stress the fact that this was such a hard decision to make, and I also wanted to say that I'm so beyond grateful to Cheer Extreme DMV, which is my gym, for all the experiences they've given me and the opportunities. And I love cheer with all my heart, and I wouldn't trade what I've done for the world. And the thing is, I didn't want this to be a permanent thing. I did want to come back next season when everything's more clear and I figured out myself and worked on myself. And in order to do that, I wanted to come into the gym individually and work on my skills at my own pace. And yeah, so that was my plan. That's what I was hoping to do. And who knows what's going to happen. It just depends on certain things. Basically, that's why I quit for this season, and it's very bittersweet for me. I hope you guys stick around to see my journey and what I'll do in the future. I'm hoping to try out some new things, which I'm so excited for, and hopefully I'll feel more comfortable talking about it soon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys so much. And I really hope you guys are clicking off this video with a big smile on your face, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!